All right then, we are going to take this pretty heavily into the hips today. We're taking it toward Firefly or Tittibhasana, if you want to refer to the pose by that name. And this is going to get quite a bit into the hips, into the inner thighs, the hamstrings quite a bit as well. Be ready for that. We'll get to the full pose at the very end of class. I got two demonstrations before we start. So the first thing here, once we get into the main part of the flow, and as usual with this pose, we're going to start the flow with a series of frog hops. Now, you're going to start this from down dog. You don't have to come up that high. Keep in mind you can hop this and just have your feet barely leave the floor, but hop it forward and back each time, whether you take it high or low, and just see it. You land on your toes, your heels are lifted, knees wide, stay bouncy. We're going to do it 3 times each round. So you can take an inhale, and then with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward. If you want to stay low, just keep your feet close to the floor and just land ready to move. You're going to step right back and do it 2 more times. If you want to take it higher toward inversion, again, deep inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward, and still land this as lightly as you can. And then after the third hop, we'll move into the rest of the sequence from there. So keep that in mind. That is at the very beginning of the sequence. Now at the end, we're going to take this into crow, and then we're going to take this, I'm going to cue 2 separate poses. First to crow, and then into this half firefly variation. And I recommend you do both and at least get into the setup of the half fireflies, because it's going to help to light up your inner thighs, which you're going to need to get into firefly itself. So in crow first, you'll just be in a forward fold, knees to your arms, look forward, lean, go slow. Lift your feet together, toes to touch, pull the heels toward your seat. After a couple breaths, you're going to set your feet down. And then to come into the setup for the second pose, you're going to wrap one of your legs around one of your arms. And so I'm going to bring my left leg around my left arm, left foot between my hands from the front, right knee on my right arm from behind, just like crow. Lift the front foot first and squeeze it on. Look forward, lift the back foot, and maybe just stay here, but really concentrate on that front leg that's wrapping your arm and squeeze it in. Now, if you can take things further and keep the inner thigh engaged on that front leg, maybe extend it forward. That takes a pretty open hamstring and relatively open hips, but work it as best you can and see how far you can take this. And if you just keep the leg wrapped around your arm, that's fine all by itself. If your hips are tight, that's where you want to be, and we'll take it through the vinyasa from there, keep in mind. So to get this started, let's go ahead and start on our backs. And we're going to take Tittibhasana. So it's going to be soles, feet together, knees out wide. And if your hips are a little bit tighter and your knees are more than a couple inches up off the floor, I recommend sliding your feet away from you a little bit. And if your hips are tight, I do recommend resting your hands on your inner thighs as well. Not really to press down, but just to encourage knees to settle further toward the floor. And you can always just keep your arms out at your sides with the palms open toward the ceiling. Now, wherever you end up with the lower body here, let your low back just take its natural arch. Let your shoulders sink down, let your chest open up. And just close your eyes. So just take a moment to settle in, let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So with the inhales, pull as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs, hold on to all that breath at the top. And then when you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. Slow your breath down the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing, let this to begin. And then take a deep inhale here. And when you exhale, just open your eyes. And take it slow. With an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And with the exhale, just reach forward, hands between your thighs somewhere. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms forward. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, arms forward again. Inhale, reach long. Now with the exhale this time, reach the arms forward, but then curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, stay lifted. Now belly pulled in, low back on the floor, and if you need to, bring the feet in a little bit closer to keep your low back down. And keep your knees wide, take it back and forth. Inhale, roll this out, reach past your head. And then with the exhale, curl this forward. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll out long. And with the exhale, curl, but reach toward your right knee. Inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, curl this left. Inhale, roll this out. With the exhale, curl right again. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl to your left side. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl right. Inhale, roll this out long. With the exhale, curl left one more time. Inhale, roll out. Now with the exhale, curl back into center, stay lifted, belly pulled in, low back down. Try to lift higher, stretch farther forward through your fingertips. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, take hold of your knees, squeeze into your chest, and relax your head down. And just take a moment here to breathe. Go ahead, flatten out your spine. You can pull your knees out wide, maybe rock a little bit side to side. And then just bring this back into center. If you're moving side to side, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip. And we'll come back to Baddha Konasana here. So bring your feet to the floor. And again, soles of feet together, knees out wide. We're going to set this up for a variation, a bridge. So see your heels are close enough that you're starting with your low back basically flat. Arms at your sides, bend at the elbows so the forearms are vertical. Make your hands into fists. Keep your fists clenched. Keep your elbows pressed down into the floor. And just keep looking up. Let's take this up and down. So with an inhale, press your hips up high. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll your spine down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, lift up again. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, press this up high. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift one more time and hold. Now keep your glutes squeezing. Keep lifting. And still pull your knees out wide. Keep breathing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, just roll back down. Now once you come down, keep the arms as they are. And set your feet flat on the mat. Now we'll work a little internal rotation here. So step your feet out a little bit wider than your hips. Doesn't have to be too far. Heels in, toes out. Actually, heels out, toes in. Let's take it like that. And try to pull the knees toward each other. And they don't have to touch. Just keep that tension so your knees are moving toward the midline. Let's go up and down. With an inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, press your hips high again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, press the hips high. And then exhale, lower. Now with your next inhale, lift one more time. Hold here. Now keep pressing your hips up, squeeze the knees toward each other. Keep your glutes squeezing as well and keep breathing. Take an inhale. With the exhale, come back down. Now once you're down, bring your knees to your chest again. Hands to your knees, squeeze in tight. Now lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. And then when you lift it, reach forward between the knees, take the legs back into Baddha Konasana. Soles, feet together, knees wide, hold on to your big toes. Now as you have that grip, draw the elbows in around your waist, curl your spine as much as you can. And keep your spine curled and rounded or you're going to get stuck. Now I want you to roll back and forth, bring the weight toward your shoulders. And then down toward your tailbone. And just keep moving back and forth like this. Now again, keep your head lifted, stay rounded as best you can. And once you've gone back and forth about 5 times, see about coming up and balancing here on your sit bones. Now if your feet come down, just lift them back up, but lean back. Now keep the soles, feet together, knees out wide. Keep pulling the heels in close once you're up. Low back presses forward and keep your chest open. Now as you hold on to this position, keep your balance, but release your grip. Reach your arms forward. And then I want to pulse this. Now I want you to keep your spine tall and pull the knees in toward your armpits on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, just stay here. And then do another round. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, just stay balanced. Now you're still in boat. Bring your knees together. Bring your shins toward parallel with the floor. And we're going to go back and forth from this position to kneel. Let's take the first round slow. Right foot behind your left leg. Now roll forward. Right shin down. Left foot down. You can use your hands. But come up to kneeling. Press your hips forward once you're up. Pull your belly in. Come back down. No impact as you land. Come back to boat. And then left foot behind the right leg. Now roll forward. Left shin down. Right foot down. Again, you can use your hands. But lift up and press your hips forward. Pull back in. Round your spine. And come back to boat. Now, if you can do it without the hands, just reach this forward. So right foot behind your left leg. Roll forward, lean forward, lift. Press the hips forward. Come back down, round your spine, and bring it back to boat. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift up, hips forward at the top. Pull back in and round and come back to boat. Right foot behind your left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift this up. Pull back in, round your spine, legs back together. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in and round and come back to boat. Right foot behind your left leg again, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in and round. And back to your seat, legs back together. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, back to boat. Right foot behind the left leg, roll forward, lean forward, hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and come back to center. Left foot behind the right leg, one more time. Roll forward, lean forward, lift hips forward at the top. Pull back in and round, and come back to balancing here. Now as you hold your shape, draw your thighs in close, sit this up tall. If you can take it further, try to extend your legs a little bit higher. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands, and find all fours. Now once you're in all fours, just move around here. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers with the shoulders and hips, move side to side just a bit. Feel things out and notice where you loosen, where you tight. Let's take this into the wrists. So keep your hips stacked over your knees, but slide the hands in closer, within about 2 hands lengths of your knees. Flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms up, the fingertips point toward you. Now spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down, press your spine up toward the ceiling. Arms are straight, keep the hands tense with the fingers digging into the floor. And maybe just stay here. Now if you can keep that tension, see about taking this back and forth through cow and cat breathing. With an inhale, just drop your belly, pull your chest forward, gaze up high. Exhale, round back, empty out. And just keep moving back and forth like this and breathing. Now work the motion through the length of your spine, both directions here, but still keep the tension in your hands with your fingertips pressing down. And just keep breathing, take it at your own pace. And then one more deep inhale for cow. One more complete exhale for cat. And then come up onto your fingertips. And let's take the next stretch. Now walk your hands forward, palms down, resting the shoulders and knees underneath your hips to set this up. And then just rotate your fingertips out to the side and then in toward your knees as far as you can go, both sides. So spread the fingers wide, dig your fingertips down, and again, grip the floor and grip hard. Keep your fingertips pressing down. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. This could be enough. Now if you want to take it further, see about sliding your knees back maybe an inch or two. And take a deeper stretch with the palms still grounded. And then to go even further with your fingertips pressing down, just start to shift. Bring your weight back to peel the palms up just a bit. And then shift your weight forward. And then just go back and forth like that. But keep your arms straight. Keep your grip with your fingertips pressing down. However far I decide to take this. You don't have to crank too hard, keep in mind. Just take it to where you can feel the stretch. Now from wherever you are, the next time you set your palms flat, hold that. Keep your spine lifted, keep your fingertips pressing down. And then let's take this with the legs if you're up for a little bit more movement. Extend your right leg back and then bring the big toe as far left as you can go. And then bring the right knee down. Left leg extends back and over to the right, touch the big toe down and come back into center. Right big toe over to your left again. Come back to center here. Bring your left big toe over the right again. And then come back into center. Right big toe over to the left one more time. Come back into center. Bring your left big toe over to the right one more time. And then come back to center again. And then come up onto the fingertips and down to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. And then once you're ready, let's go ahead and bring this back to all fours. Now I want to take this into a lopsided setup from here. So keep your left hand on the floor, but come down onto your right forearm. Right elbow to the side, right hand moves into center, so that forearm's diagonal. Slide your left hand back so the elbow stays stacked above the wrist. Now just keep your chest facing down, put the weight to the right knee, hover your left and keep your left knee bent. And then bring the left knee out to the side as high as you can lift to keep your toes pointed left. Now back and forth with an inhale, extend that left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to shoulder, bring it in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Now exhale, knee to shoulder one more time and hold it here. Now try to just move from the hip. Step the left foot down past your left hand. And you can always walk it further forward, but get your left arm underneath your left leg. Now try to hook that leg around your arm. Walk that left foot into center underneath your chest. You can always just slide that in. And then see about squeezing your left arm and lifting that left foot up off the floor. Now hold this. Now if you can take it further still, go ahead, tuck the toes of your right foot, lift your right knee up off the floor, and just feel all that squeezing, all that tension on the left inner thigh. Keep breathing. And if the right knee is lifted, set it back down. And then go ahead, untangle yourself from that left leg and come back up to all fours. Let's go ahead and set that up for the other side. So this time bring your left forearm down, but stay in your right hand. Left elbow to the side, left hand moves into center. That forearm's diagonal. Slide your right hand back, stack the elbow above the wrist, and keep the elbow pulled in. Now put the weight to the left knee, hover the right. And then right knee to the side, high as you can lift, keep your toes pointed right. Now with an inhale, extend the right leg straight back. Exhale, knee to shoulder, bring it in close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Now exhale, knee to shoulder one more time and keep it here. And then just try to move from the hip, step the right foot down, try to get it past the right hand. Now you can always walk that right foot forward, but get your right arm underneath your right leg. And then see about walking that right foot in towards center. You can lift up a little bit if you need to. Now try to bend the right knee and squeeze the right leg around your right arm. Try to keep that foot lifted best you can, chest facing down. And if you can take it further, maybe tuck the toes of your left foot and lift your left knee up off the floor. Hold here. And then go ahead, lower the left knee if you lifted it up. Untangle yourself from that right leg. And come back up to all fours. And then once you're in all fours, we'll take things further to warm things up. So wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips just to find this setup. Go ahead, tuck the toes of both feet. With your toes tucked, hover your knees up off the mat. And then press back, sink your seat toward your heels. Now let's go back and forth from here. Step the right foot forward outside your right hand. And then step back and sink down. Left foot forward outside your left hand. And then sink back down. Now right foot outside the right hand, stay here. Lift the right hand, pull your left leg through and extend it forward. And then pull back, both hands down, sink back to your heels. Now left foot outside the left hand, pull your right leg through and extend. Pull back and sink back to your heels. Right foot outside the right hand, pull your left leg through. Pull back and sink back down. Left foot forward, pull the right leg through this time. Pull back and sink back down. Right foot forward, pull your left leg through. Pull back, sink back down. Left foot forward, pull your right leg through. Now pull back, sink back down and hold here. Now pressing your palms, stay low to your heels, knees are still lifted. Now what we're going to do here is a light hop forward toward the hands. So try to land on your toes, land with your feet wide. So pressing your hands, when you're ready, just hop this forward. And then pressing your hands, hop back to your toes and sink back to your heels. Again, pressing your hands, hop this forward. And then hop it back again and sink back down. Hop this forward. And then hop straight back. One more time, hop it forward. And this time, set your heels down, hips up high, shake your legs out a little bit. And just breathe. Now you can stay here and breathe. You can take another stretch before we move on. And whenever you're ready, you can just set your hands down, walk your feet back, keep your hips high, and come into downward facing dog. Now once you move into your down dog, look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Pressing your palms, flatten your hands so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest low, but press your hips up high toward the ceiling. And really reach up through the hips, pulling through the belly, around the low ribs, engage your core and try to lengthen your spine, pressing your hips up even higher. If your legs are tight, you can bend the knees. And you can always just pedal out and stay loose here. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step to the front, take a ragdoll fold. Now feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees, let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round, let everything go long and loose and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor, you can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to begin, but then restack your spine. Round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly and then release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift it up halfway. Fingertips or to your shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat. Let's step it back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrist the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and keep that lift. And take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as your elbows bend. Now keep your body in line. Elbows pulled into your sides. Lower with control. All the way to your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet up behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And we'll take it up and down through low cobra. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time and just keep that lift. Now hold the lift in the upper body, press into your feet. Take somewhat all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, draw the shoulders back, keep looking forward. And work to lift up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides, press the palms into the floor. Let's take it upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, pull the hips forward to help deepen and lengthen the arc all through the front. Now lift with your arms, but lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. Deep inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. Paddle out here, let your hips move side to side. And we'll take it through the sun salutation. Steady movement, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas, next high plank low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high to down dog. All right, now keep in mind, we're starting each round with those frog hops. It's going to be 3. You can take it up high or keep it low, but land on your toes, land with the knees wide, stay springy, and be ready to move. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop this forward. And then step it back, hips high, back to down dog. Deep inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. And then step it back again, hips up high. One more time, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, hop this forward. And this time stay at the front. Now set your feet down about hips width distance apart. Take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach this up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair. Now bend to the knees, bring your hips down low. Now big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. Let's bind this from above. Right hand behind your head, palm facing in. Your left hand, palm faces the other way. Clasp your fingers and with your left hand, pull the right arm behind your head. Now press your head back into your right arm. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open. Just keep your gaze forward. And then as you hold this, focus weight on your left foot. Lift your right heel. Back and forth with the right leg. Right heel to left knee. And then come down, knee to left calf. Bring it up again, heel to knee. And then knee to calf. Up again, heel to knee. And then knee to calf one more time. Now bring it up, heel to knee. Come to standing with the right knee high, left leg straight. And then go ahead and switch this out. Right foot's going to be your base. Come to standing with your left knee high. Now dig into the right big toe. Once you got your balance, hands to your hips. And take a half bind. Left arm behind your back, palm facing. Keep that shoulder pulled back with your right hand. Take hold of your left knee and bring it up higher. Now you can stay here to stay tall. If you want to go further, right hand to the left big toe. Maybe extend that left leg forward and up. But keep yourself upright. Keep your gaze forward and just breathe here. Now we're still balancing. Just slowly release whatever grip you have. Left knee still lifted, left arm still bound. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee and we'll take a standing twist. Pull your left shoulder back. Open up your chest to the left side. And this is good enough right here. Again, stay tall. If you want to go further, right hand to the outside edge of your left foot. Maybe extend that left leg forward, but just take it to where you can go. still balancing. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just turn to center. Left knee lifted, both hands to your low back. Fingers spread wide, palms open, shoulders pull back. Now bend the right knee, step your left foot straight back, and find a high lunge stance. So deep bend of the right knee, left leg towards straight, left hip forward, right hip back. Keep your chest open, keep the shoulders pulled back, and keep your gaze forward. And then just sink to that left knee, dip down, and just hover above the floor. Hold here. Now keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your spine upright, gaze forward. And then when you're ready, go ahead, straighten that left leg and reach your right arm high. Now we're going to go back and forth from this high lunge to a reverse warrior. So drop the left heel, reach the right arm up and back, gaze up high. And then bring your spine upright, lift the left heel, square the hips forward. Again, drop the left heel, right arm up and back, look up toward the ceiling. And then right arm reaches high, lift your left heel and square this forward. One more time, drop the left heel, right arm up and back, gaze up high, hold here. Now keep your left shoulder pulled back, and if you want to take it deeper in your warrior two stance, you can slide that right foot further forward, but keep that deep bend on the right knee. Now I want to go back and forth from this position. You're in your reverse warrior, and we'll take it through extended side angles. So take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, reach this forward, but gaze up high. Inhale, reverses. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend forward one more time. Stay forward. Now you can rest the right arm on the right leg. If you want to come down, lower right hand to the floor inside the right thigh. And if you want to take the full bind, you can reach underneath and find that grip behind you. But keep your left shoulder lifted, keep your gaze up high, and just breathe here. Now take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release both hands down around the right foot. Lift your left heel and bring the left knee down to the floor. Now we're taking a kneeling lunge. Left foot flat behind, the hips stack over your left knee. Feet are on two separate tracks, so your hips are still squared. Hands to your hips. When you're ready, just bring your spine upright. Everything stacks vertical from left knee up. Now once you're ready, hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back. Keep your chest open like this. And then back and forth from here to a deeper lunge. So just sink the hips forward and lift the right heel. Gaze up high toward the ceiling. And then set the right heel down and press back so you stack the hips over the left knee. Again, lift the right heel, sink down and forward. Gaze up high, open up your chest. Set the right heel down and press this back again. One more time. Sink the hips down and forward. Lift the right heel, gaze high, pull your shoulders back. Keep the elbows wide. Keep looking up and just breathe. Now to take it deeper, I want you to keep looking toward the ceiling. Keep your chest open like this. But set the right heel down, press into the right foot. Lean further back and keep your left foot kicking down into the floor. Keep breathing with this. With your next inhale, reach the arms up high, look forward. And then with the exhale, hands come down around the right foot. Now step the left foot forward next to the right, forward fold. And then take an inhale, lift up halfway. And with the exhale, set your hands, let's take it to crow. Palms down, grip the floor, lift your heels up. Knees to the arms, look forward and lean. Just take it slow, but then tip forward and lift your feet together. Toes to touch, heels toward your seat, keep gripping. And then step it down. Let's take that half firefly. Left leg around your left arm, left foot between your hands to the front. Right knee goes to your right arm from behind. Now lift your left foot and squeeze the left arm tight. Look forward, lean forward, lift the right foot up as well. Maybe stay here and keep that left leg squeezing the arm. Now, if you can take that further, maybe extend your left leg forward. That inner thigh is still pulling in tightly. And then when you're ready, you can step this back, you can fly it back, but take it through your Vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, paddle out. Now let's take all that to the other side. From your downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop this forward, land light. And then step it back, hips high, 2 more times. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop this forward. And then step it back, hips up high. 1 more time, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, hop this forward. And this time, stay at the front. Now, feet within hips with distance. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach up high. And with the exhale, sink into chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips low. Big toes towards center, knees towards center, belly pulled in. And then find the clasp from above. Left hand behind your head, palm facing in. Right palm the other way, clasp your fingers. With your right hand, pull the left arm behind your head. Press your head into your left arm. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Be sure your chest is open and you're still looking forward. Now to take it back and forth from here, focus on the right foot and lift your left heel. Back and forth with your left leg. Left heel to right knee. Sink down, knee to right calf. Bring it up again, heel to knee. And then down, knee to calf. Bring it up, heel to knee. And then knee to calf one more time. Bring it up, heel to knee, hold here. And then come to standing with that left knee high, straighten your right leg. Now go ahead, set your left foot down. That's your base. Bring yourself to standing with your right knee high, hold here. Dig into that left big toe. Once you're stable, bring your hands to your hips. And then take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing. Keep that shoulder pulled back. Left hand to your left knee. You can pull it up high. And if you want to go further, go ahead and reach for the right big toe. And maybe extend that leg forward and up. Now, whatever grip you have, release it. Keep looking forward. Keep that right knee lifted. But bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Now, take your standing twist. Pull the right shoulder back. Open up your chest to the side. And this is good enough right here. Just keep your spine tall. If you want to go further, left hand to the outside edge of the right foot. See about extending that right leg forward. Now, still balancing here. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just turn to center. Right knee lifted. Both hands to your low back. Shoulders pulled back. Elbows out wide. Keep your chest open. Bend your left knee. Step the right foot back long. Find your high lunge stance. Deep bend left knee. Right leg towards straight. Right hip forward. Left hip back. Keep your shoulders back and keep your chest open. And keep your spine tall. Now sink the right knee down low. Just hover above the floor. Hold here. And then slowly go ahead, straighten your right leg and come back up. Reach your left arm high. We're going to go back and forth from here to that reverse warrior again. So drop the right heel. Left arm reaches up and back. Gaze up high. And then reach your left arm up. Lift the right heel. Square your hips forward. Again, drop the right heel. Left arm up and back. Gaze up high. Lift the right heel. Left arm high. Square this forward. One more time. Drop the right heel. Left arm up and back. Gaze up high. Hold here. Keep the right shoulder pulled back. Now, if you want to take it deeper into your warrior two stance, you can slide that left foot further forward. Keep that knee bent deep. Let's go back and forth from here to that extended side angle. So take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just reach this forward, lean forward, gaze up high. Inhale, reverse this, reach back. Exhale, extend it forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend forward one more time. And then you can rest the left arm on your left thigh or bring the left hand inside the left leg or take the full bind and reach underneath and find that grip. Now, wherever you take it to, keep the right shoulder high, bring your gaze up toward the ceiling and just breathe here. All right, everybody take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release. Bring both hands down around your left foot. And then bring the right knee all the way down to the mat. Let's take a kneeling lunge. So your hips are stacked over the right knee, right foot flat behind you, hands to your hips. And bring yourself all the way to upright. Now both knees are bent about 90 degrees. Feet on two separate tracks so your hips are squared. And then when you're ready, bring your hands behind your head. Now interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders stay pulled back. And let's take this down deeper. So lift your left heel, sink down and forward, gaze up high and open up your chest. And then set the left heel down, back this up and look forward. Again, lift your left heel, sink down and forward, gaze toward the ceiling, shoulders pull back. And then set your left heel down, bring your spine back up to vertical. One more time, lift the left heel, sink down and forward, pull your shoulders back, gaze high, keep looking up. Now keep your chest open like this, keep your gaze toward the ceiling. But set your left heel down and press into your left foot, lean further back still, chest still open, gaze up high, kick your right foot down. Now with an inhale, reach both arms high, look forward. Exhale, hands down around the left foot. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee, bring that right foot forward, next to left. And then take an inhale, lift this up halfway. Exhale, set your hands, take it to crow, palms in. Grip the floor, lift your heels, bring the knees to touch your arms. Look forward and lean, go slow. And then toes to touch, feet lift together, bring the heels toward your seat. And then set your feet down. Let's take it to that half firefly. Right leg around the right arm, right foot between your hands from the front, left knee touches your left arm from behind, and then lift your right foot, squeeze the right arm before you do anything else, and then lean forward to lift the left foot up off the floor. Hold here, keep the right leg squeezing in. If you can take it further, maybe extend that right leg forward. Just take things to where you can. And then go take it through another vinyasa. Once you find your down dog, just take a moment, paddle out. All right, from your downward facing dog, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, bring them down to the floor. Legs out from underneath you, come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and just squeeze things in tight for a moment. And then we're just going to take one long round of back bending before we move on. So go ahead and bring your feet down to the floor. And we'll start this with bridge and I'll lead it into wheel. You can always hold bridge through the whole thing, and you can start out in wheel if you want to take that the whole time. But either way, feet and knees, hips width distance apart. Bring your heels in close. Your low back starts basically flat. Arms at your sides, palms down, keep your gaze high. Now when you're ready with an inhale, press to your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up as high as you can. And just hold that lift, and this is good enough to stay in bridge. Keep the tension, keep your hips lifting. Now, if you want to take your bridge further, you can bring your hands under your hips. Maybe interlace the fingers, you could pull the palms together. You can work your shoulders further behind your back to open up your chest even more. If you want to go further, if you've got the reach, you can hold your ankles and use that grip to lift the hips even higher and open up your chest still further. Now, if you're going to take it to wheel, keep the hips lifted but release your hands. Hands come around your head, elbows high. When you're ready, press into the floor. You can always lift to the top of your head. And whenever you're ready, straighten your arms. So hips toward the ceiling, chest toward the back of the mat. Keep your glutes squeezing. You can always lift your heels in either pose if it's too much in the low back. But keep the tension around the glutes and around the shoulder blades as well. And just tense up the back line of the body to help open up the front. Keep breathing here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring everything back down to the mat. Once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in. And then go ahead, lift your head and shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees, cross at the ankles. And then just roll this forward to a seat. All right, stay seated. We're actually going to start out Firefly. We're going to take the harder entry here. This might be easier for you, but for most people, I think it's a little bit harder. And we're going to try to take this from seated. Now, if nothing else, this is still going to be a good hip opener. So just work this as best you can. So as you're seated, go ahead and bring the left leg up your left arm. Now, you go ahead and use both hands. You're trying to get the knee behind the shoulder and get up as high as you can. Now, once you can't go any higher, press your left arm into your left leg, set the left hand down on the floor to keep that leg hooked, and then work your right leg up your right arm with the right hand. Now just work this as best you can. And again, once that leg's not going to go any higher, just bring your hand to the floor and pull your chest forward between your thighs. Now, this might be already enough of a hip stretch and you can stay here. Now, if you can take it back and forth, start to rock. And see, coming up off the hands and then forward. And then I want to try to bring this up on 3. So when I say 3, I want you to shoot your toes forward, squeeze your legs in, and just fold your chest down so you can try to lift your butt up off the floor. So from here, 1, 2, and then 3. Toes forward, squeeze the legs in, and you're just working to lift this as best you can. And if nothing else, you get a good stretch on the inner thighs. All right, from wherever you are, just go ahead, set your feet down. And then let's come up to a wide-legged forward fold. So this is a little bit of an easier entry here, and just try to get as close as you can. So keep your hips high and your head low. Set your feet wide, a little wider than your hips, and keep a little bend in the knees. So keep the stance loose. You don't want to just crank into the hamstrings right away. Now this time, to fold this, walk your hands between your legs. Now keep your fingertips pointing forward, or maybe rotate to the side 90 degrees, but try not to rotate back any further. Use your fingertips, press down to the floor, draw your torso down as low as you can. You're trying to get the shoulders between your knees. Now once you can't fold any deeper, just stop and then look down. Now all at once, you're going to set the palms, bend the elbows, sit on your arms, and squeeze the knees toward your shoulders. And then if you take it too far, you're going to be sitting on the floor and you got to start all over again. Now, if your butt's still lifted, see what you want to do. Maybe bring the feet together. You can hook at the ankles and use that hook to squeeze the legs in. This will keep you balanced. And if you want to take it to the full Firefly, keep the inner thigh squeezing in, but point your toes forward and try to extend the legs as best you can. Don't worry about being perfectly straight. All right, and then from wherever you are, just go ahead and set everything down. Come to a seat. And then once you're down, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Come all the way down onto your back. Draw the knees in close. And let's take a supine twist variation. So let's set your left foot down on the floor. And take an eagle bind with your legs. Cross the right leg tightly over the left and really squeeze your legs together. Arms out wide, palms open toward the ceiling, shoulders on the floor. And then when you're ready, tuck in your left hip underneath you. Bring your knees down to the left side. And keep your legs squeezing. Bring your gaze over to the right. Now use the left leg to weight the right leg down. And again, keep your legs squeezing. You should feel that stretch in the outer right hip toward your low back, but if you need more, you can always use your left hand to press the knees down further. And just keep breathing with this. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, just slowly release this. Bring your knees back up to center. And then reverse the cross. Right foot down, left leg crosses tightly over the right. Keep your legs squeezing together. Tuck the right hip underneath you. Bring your knees down to the right side. Both shoulders down, look over the left. Now use the right leg to weight your left leg down. Keep your legs squeezing. If you need more, you can use the right hand to press the knees down further. But again, keep your shoulders down and just breathe into your twist. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this again. Bring your knees back to center. Undo the cross. And then pull your knees into your chest side by side. Now when you're ready for me, just release the left leg, extend it out fully. Left arm down at your side. Right arm inside the right leg, take hold of the big toe. Now once you got the grip, just pull down. As you're pulling down, press your foot up toward the ceiling and find the stretch on the back of the right thigh somewhere in between. Now, if your knee's bent, that's fine. Just keep it bent, keep pulling down and pressing your foot up. And if your right leg's straight, draw the big toe directly over your shoulder. Now, keep your left side active. Squeeze the glutes on the left and press that left heel into the floor. And just breathe here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly bend the right knee lower toward the side of your ribs. When the foot's low enough, right hand to the outside edge, left hand to the other side. Now stack your ankle above your knee, pull down with both hands, and press your foot back up in your hands at the same time. So keep the tension working up and down. Let this open your inner thigh a little bit farther. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release. Bring both knees into your chest. Squeeze down for a moment. And then when you're ready, switch it out. Extend the right leg this time. Right arm down at your side. Left arm inside the left leg. Take hold of the big toe. Once you got that grip, pull down. And then extend your leg straight up toward the ceiling. Now somewhere in between, find that stretch in the back of the left thigh. Breathe into it. If your knee's bent, that's fine. If your leg's straight, draw the big toe directly over your shoulder. And then either way, keep the right side active. Squeeze the glutes on the right and press the right heel down. And just breathe as you hold this. And take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly bend the left knee lower toward the side of your ribs again. Once the foot's low enough, left hand to the outside edge of the left foot, right hand to the other side. Stack the ankle above the knee, pull down, and try to bring the knee toward the floor as your foot presses back up. And just breathe with this side. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release the right hand. Let's take the full pose. Draw the right knee in. And so it's hands to the outside edges of the feet, ankles above your knees. Pull down on both sides. And as you pull down, press back up into your hands. Let your spine flatten out. And if you want to go further, you can rock side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here. Draw down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. And then let yourself move again here bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then draw everything back in, bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And just find your way up to a comfortable seat. Ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. And then take a deep inhale. Hold on to it at the top. And just let everything go. Now, thank you for joining class. Namaste.